Live now.
Yeah.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so comfortable.
You should be in
Just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You're facing charges.
Yes, people, welcome back to The Final Third. On a Monday night, I managed to drag Shemi out of bed. It was snoozing. I had to drag him out of bed just for this one. How you feeling today, Shem?
I'm calm. I'm calm.
Oh my god, we got quite a bit to get through. Before we get into the meat of the meat of the weekend, let's just talk about what happened tonight quickly. Liverpool versus Leeds.
That's how you put a team to the sword.
At some point, we just have to. We may just need to send like 4 teams down at this point. That's my honest opinion right now. I don't think the Premier League needs to take a stance because we can't have another year like this where we just got bare man just waiting to be the fourth team.
Just fodder.
Bare fodder right now. It's annoying to watch. It's annoying to watch. There shouldn't be this much fodder. It shouldn't be like. It's exciting because it gives you the whole. It's gonna go down to the last day. You can, but at the same time, when everyone's just losing games and everyone's just like, it don't make me feel good about the product the league is giving me. Like, I'm just waiting to see who's scrapping to. Bournemouth's the only one that I see doing it with a little bit of class. Like
going to
Emirates and kicking ball there, beating Tottenham. Like, if you're gonna do it with a little bit of class. Do it. But the way I'm seeing just don't be afraid to send down 4 teams, man. Don't be afraid because some of these teams got to go. Some of these teams just got to go. Let me get some of these comments in quickly. Hold tight, the man on 40 points. The Chelsea man cannot say that yet. They cannot say that. They can't, bro. They can't say they hold tight to none of them. Hold tight to none of them.
That's the worst. This is the worst team from a top side. The worst.
Those players that are just keeping them up at this point. Like, is when you actually deep it's too short. Is his win that like it could be a lot. It could be a lot shakier. It could be a lot shakier for them.
A lot earlier, they'd be in a relegation battle.
And that's I think he won like. I think he had 4 games, 5 games, and he won like 3 of them or 2 of them. I don't know, but. Chelsea, what Chelsea's doing right now is just this is another thing that's pissing me off about the league. You don't get to spend this much money and do this and just
and then nobody's speaking about it.
This is just normal. This is a normal. This is a normal. This is chaotic. We have to just accept this is chaotic. Bang your doors for Banks. Thank you, man. Every weekend, keep banging your doors for me, man. One day I'll be free. This is the Arsenal we know and love. The hates in early. We're gonna get there, Sammy. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. He's coming off of a little 2-0 win at the weekend, so he's happy.
Damn it! Is it the Arsenal he hates and loves? Exactly, the one that's top of the league, the one that's 4 points, the one that's 4 points clear. Let's come.
This is the first bit of fighting talk I've heard from Arsenal fans this weekend. I need this.
At the end of the day, let's get straight into it, man. Let's stop all this preface stuff. Let's get straight into it. So keep your comments rolling. Keep the Arsenal slander coming through, man. This is what we're here for. At the end of the day, when you're top of the league, you expect people to be jabbing upwards. You expect people to be waiting for you to fall down. And at the end of the day, we did this to ourselves. Do you get what I mean? And there's no positives to draw out from this weekend's result against West Ham. There's none whatsoever. West Ham are awful. That is the worst. That's the worst game we've played in, I would say, 18 months.
That's the worst game you played it.
Not in 18 months because we had Newcastle and Spurs, which was about a year away. But it's the worst game we played in the last year.
Okay. Let's talk. Let's get into this. Let's get into this because
there's nothing to. It's very simple. What happened? It's very simple. They got complacent. They got arrogant, and Arsenal tend to do this thing when they always go 2 goals up. They take their foot off the gas. You're not allowed to do that at this level. You're not allowed to do that when you're trying to battle for the league. You go, especially against Man City, because here's why you don't even need to do that. You need goal difference as well. You don't know what this is going to go down to. So you keep going. And when it gets to 4 and 5 is when you try to exercise patience. Not at 2-0, 20 minutes up. The same thing we did at Liverpool. People keep blaming Xhaka because Anfield's so mystical, and once the fans start cheering, everything changes. It wasn't Xhaka's fault. You do this thing where, especially when you go 2-1, you're 2-1 and it looks like they're going to mount a comeback, you are better than 19 teams, 18 teams in the league. So obviously football doesn't work like that, but you shouldn't struggle. You shouldn't turn it into a slugfest. You are better than everybody. Majority is better than nearly everyone. So you Arsenal always do this.
You talked about the overconfidence and they got cocky. What do you think right now is the reason why you think Arsenal ain't able to, when they're in these positions and they're not going cutthroat?
Arsenal are able to win when in winning positions. Liverpool, they got gas masked by this Anfield mystical, which is just pathetic. The second one was overconfidence. The first one at Anfield, they lost their heads. And it was a sense of overconfidence, because if you go 3-0, there's nothing you can do. You can't get them back into the game. So it's like thinking 2-0 is a safe result. It's just bad teaching. It's just bad. It's bad mentally. With West Ham, it was an overconfidence. Just generally, the game got boring. They had to make it interesting, and they did that subconsciously.
It was genuinely ridiculous the way.
Okay, so when we went to Selhurst the other day to kick ball, and your team around
was just up.
Exactly, when you were like 3-0 up. Exactly, it was like 3-0 up. Then you started like making bad passes, but it was self-inflicted because it was boring. It's the same thing at that level, and it shouldn't be happening. Honestly, people think okay, at certain levels things change. They don't change. It's just amplified.
Oh my God. So one thing, obviously the penalty was a big turning point in the match.
It was a penalty. That's what you think
it was a penalty? Because I've heard
it was a penalty. He fouled him. It wasn't a handball. It was a penalty. Give them the goal. Listen, there's Arsenal fans. Don't embarrass yourselves by thinking this is a PGMOL thing. This is a referee decision thing. No part of this match should have any to do with any decision. Even if the ref was against us, you should still be beating West Ham. West Ham was so bad in that first 20. Like, they tried to press and we literally killed them in the first. Look at the difference.
Remember, they tried to do a little. They tried to put a
press,
little press
and you killed them off. You cut them off at the neck. It's like, why did you let them back into the game, or why did you just let them breathe? Like, what? Who told you're not supposed to be a sportsman? Don't come here and try and be a sportsman.
I said, don't try and be the good guy. Don't try and make this a fair game.
It doesn't need to be. Do City make it a fair game? John Stones scoring bicycle volleys 4 minutes in.
I guess
now
when you're, I think the other key moment that happened in a match, 2-1, obviously West Ham piling on the pressure a little bit at this point. The penalty.
Saka, I keep forgetting that we missed the penalty. Honestly, I keep forgetting that happened. No, because it was so like not against the run of play, but we didn't create anything after we went 2-0 up. So I completely forgot we missed. Again, you just brought it up. People miss penalties. Honestly, okay, he missed the penalty. But why I've taken this stance. Yeah, why I've taken the stance with Bukayo missing the penalties. Even after you missed the penalty, there was still like 25 minutes to still go score more. There's no excuse. It's West Ham.
I hear what you're saying.
We won this game last season. So, and they were better last season.
But at the same time, when you're like, again, the performance, when it gets to this stage of the season, it's not even about performances. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net and winning and taking 3 points. And if you get the chance for, it is what it is. And you get the chance for a penalty, like when you're not playing well and you need to take the pressure off, those are the moments that have to go for you. Like, if you're in a title race, you're in a big game, you need all the points you can get. That that penalty probably takes
the good thing is
away from West Ham.
The good thing is nothing changes. That's the saving grace. This is what Arteta's team talk has to be this whole week. Win, draw. We drew. If we won, what changed?
Still have to go win your games.
Simple.
Because you can't rely on favours from City. I don't like everyone saying City's gonna go like City's not gonna lose another game. I don't believe City are not gonna drop. Or City are not
gonna drop points. City's gonna drop points
at some point. But
I just pray we don't drop points. I just pray we don't drop points.
I think that's the issue. Like you lot just have to be. You lot have to have the mentality that City aren't gonna drop points. I think that's what like if you don't have that mentality, if you're still waiting for City to slip up, then it's gonna lead that the complacency, the overconfidence. That's where it's gonna have issues for you, and that's where there's gonna be issues for you. You lot have to play the rest of this season, assuming City are gonna pick up 100% of their points. If you don't, then it's game over for you.
The thing is, we face City now. Some Arsenal fans are saying still if we draw and win our rest of our games, you beat City. Now, if we draw, we're still good technically. If we both win if we win all our games and then we draw with each other, Arsenal win the league. But the point is, win all your games. Just win all your games, because
even the Etihad one, are you going there expecting?
Don't go in there trying to draw. Don't go because you'll lose. Go in there trying to win and you'll draw at least. Don't go in there trying to draw. Don't do that. Arsenal are not good enough to soak up pressure. Go in there and try and win. Now, what this West Ham result has done, exactly, especially the fact that it was 2-0 as well. Do you know what it does now? It's not so much the title race or the points because the actual game plan doesn't change. What changes now is the mentality and what it does to their confidence. Because now, not just the fact that they're 2-0 up and they've just dropped the lead, is the fact that when Arsenal go 2-0 up in every other game for the rest of the season now, the players are gonna feel like, oh shit. And the fans. And what the fans feel, it will be projected onto the pitch. The players are gonna feel it as well. So my point is, from now onwards, the players are not gonna feel like they can close out leads. When that finishes your confidence. So where you even do? Where do you want to? Where's the wriggle room in the sense of you want to win, you want to get games in? So you want to score early and go 2-0 up, but it doesn't even seem like that's an advantageous point for Arsenal. Do you get what I'm coming from?
The only solution to that is go 3 and 4-0 up. That's your only.
That's
solution.
what I'm saying.
So that's your only solution.
So that's what I'm saying now. So if you go 2-0 up at the Etihad, the players are still shook.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like you got to go 3-4, and that's where City will do you when you try to go for them. But don't go in there trying to draw.
Okay. What are you actually predicting for that game?
I think we'll draw.
You take a draw?
No, I think we will draw.
You think you'll draw? Okay. Let's get some of these comments up.
I think we'll draw still.
Melia, backup keeper at best. Yeah, right now he's in his Kepa mode, man. Just shoot at him. And you got a good chance. Have a relegation playoff like Germany. Yeah, man. Sometimes just need... Give me some Ahmad ball in the Premier League with Sunderland, man. Just... You not understanding what... Let me even take this little interlude just to tell you what's really going on. Ahmad, young player of the year in the championship. Have you lot invested? Have you lot gone on stock? Have you lot invested? Trade 212, invest in your boy. You're never gonna get a price like this again. Never in life is the price gonna be this low. I told you not to invest at the start of the year when you lot are telling me, oh, he's washed out, how's he going on loan to Sunderland? I told you to invest a penny of Bitcoin. You want to listen?
I saw you trying to say. I saw your tweet trying to say something like, Ahmad's got a right foot or something, or you could take it on their outside.
Don't even worry about the tweet. Just invest, bro. It's just invest. You don't even need. At this point, I don't even have to do the prop anymore. Remember when I was doing prop just based off comps and training videos?
Ahmad's good for your under 23s, bro.
Huh?
He's good for your under 23s, bro.
For my under 23s, don't be disrespectful. That's the best right winger in the world, lad.
He's not better than Reece Nelson.
When would they learn? When will they learn? Just go watch the tape. I'm gonna send you the tapes.
Ain't no one watching
Look,
no damn
just
tape.
follow me on Twitter, man. It's only Ahmad Prop on there, man. It's just Ahmad
Leeds,
Prop.
Forest, Southampton, and Bournemouth. Happy for him to leave. I think I'll let Forest stay up. Put Everton in there. Get down.
Yeah, nah. I'd keep Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth are hoopers.
I keep Bournemouth because they deserve to be here right now.
Forest,
But
I can't lie, you can go, but at the same time, I fuck with Steve Cooper. So
apparently, Uncle Pat might go over there if Steve goes.
That's just the way Pat Vieira, don't walk into terrible situations. Just you can get another job. You'll get another chance. You ain't gotta rush it.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen in the title race?
Gonna happen with what? Forest or Pat?
I'm not talking. Stop talking about losers. What do you think is gonna happen in the title race?
This was you once upon a time. Don't call them losers.
He was never in a relegation battle. Don't be rude.
You remember before Chelsea when Arteta was on the verge of the sack? On the verge. What do you think is gonna happen? Race? I think City eventually. I think City eventually do, because I think your running is slightly harder, and again, they're just.
Why is it harder?
I think to Newcastle away, that's going to be a difficult match where Newcastle are chasing the points as well.
I think it's ridiculous. I feel like no matter if Arsenal swap their running with City, they will say Arsenal's running is harder. If Arsenal kept their running, do you know why? No, I can read it. I can read it off the Chrome. You don't even need to get up. City's got Arsenal. City's got
too locked into this title race.
City's got Arsenal's got Southampton. Get rid of it. Southampton, City, Newcastle away. Sorry, and then Chelsea at home. Do you get what I mean? Wolves at home. Do you get what I mean? City's got Arsenal, Chelsea at home, Everton away, Brentford away, Brighton away. That ain't been scheduled. Now, if Arsenal had those fixtures, everyone would say Arsenal's is harder. But it's just, I feel like, and I'm not trying to say the world's against us, but I feel like everybody is literally looking at this from one way only. And you've done it here.
Arsenal are guaranteed to drop points, and City are just gonna.
Yeah, kind of, and it's not. It doesn't even make sense. It's like
that's not the way the Premier League works, and I agree with that. But at the same time,
you're the only person that said. You're the only rival fan that said this, or media that said this, and it's crazy. It's like everyone that said Arsenal's fixtures are so tough. Look at City's as well. Arsenal's gonna drop points. City might drop points. Arsenal's got to play
points, but again,
look, they're saying Arsenal's got to play City. Arsenal's got to play. City's got to play Arsenal. No, let's be fair. Like,
I hear it, bro, and that's the mentality you have to have at this point.
He's got to play Arsenal.
You have that mentality. They gotta see us.
And here's the thing. And here's why City's one's mad. You have to beat Arsenal. You have to win. City can't drop 1 point. You know, if City drop 1 point, City can't drop one. Even if City beat us, yeah, City can't drop no points. Like, not 1 point.
Again, the Premier League's the Premier League, because we're here assuming that in order for the other person to win, the other team is gonna go 100% basically. I'm gonna win. Like, we're all imagining the scenarios where the other team basically gives you no margin for error. And we've seen with the Premier League, like the Premier League will throw you some doozies. The only thing is, we know with City have the history of being in these run-ins and being
and dropping just 2 points.
When it's time, literally, they'll give you 2 points. They'll give you a draw over here, maybe a draw over there, but more time they're gonna just.
But that's what I'm saying. We still got one more draw on the cards to see. They can't even afford that.
Boy, it's gonna. I look at some of Arsenal's game. I just think Newcastle away.
That's it.
Brighton at home is not gonna be no walkover.
I said that.
Nottingham Forest away, that should be last 2 ones. Yeah, so it's not technically the worst running. 7 games.
Thank you. So what's everybody talking about?
Running. Yeah, I guess right now it's just the experience of City.
City's running is way harder on paper. Way harder.
Fulham. Well, we'll go from here. Obviously Arsenal.
They got Brighton away, Everton away,
West Ham at home, Leeds at home, Everton away. City at home. Chelsea at home. I can't lie. I can't see like the Brighton one's the biggest doozy apart from Arsenal, of course. The Brighton one's the biggest doozy, but apart from that, I can't see them.
The
Like,
Brentford
maybe
away, Everton away.
Brentford
No.
away, but even then, Newcastle went and did them. Like, I don't think they'll have problems putting Brentford away on the final day of the season, especially if Brentford aren't playing for anything. I think, again, I think there's two for both of you. There's two games which are potentially doozies, and the rest of it you got to leave in the hands of the.
So Chelsea ain't punching no one up.
Nah, Chelsea ain't. Are Chelsea touching either of City or Arsenal at the Emirates or Etihad? They can barely pull up their own trousers right now. Just don't look for no favors off of Chelsea. It's like trying to look for favors off of Leicester on the weekend. Like, just enjoy your weekend. Just
Leicester nearly equalized.
Huh? I saw it, bro. I was looked into the playoffs and I was just switching back and forth. I saw 3-1. I was like, oh, little consolation.
Bro, the last
and I see bare chances. I'm like, huh? Are they making it a game? I was thinking, is it? Do I need to?
Now, here's the difference, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on the title race. This is the difference in us and City, just in general. Teams against us take them chances. No. Stop. It's not a dem. You need to listen. It's not even a thing of like people are against us or they hate us. Roy Keane says this all the time. Andy Cole said this in the other interview he did the other day. Naturally, when you're playing a team that feel like a juggernaut, like it's a losing battle already, there's a fear factor. Man United, we grew up with this fear factor. A lot of teams have it for City already, in that you lose the game. It's saying you won the game in a tunnel. You don't believe that? It is a thing. It is really a thing, because why do you think a lot of the time teams are playing their hardest against Liverpool or playing their hardest against Arsenal, or the teams that are supposed to be the second in tier City? But when it comes to City, loose touch, under hit, pass, shot wayward, because they've lost the game in a tunnel. So, for example, against Arsenal, them Leicester chances go in still. The only time I've seen something like that happen to us is the Liverpool match when we should have got panned, but that was actually just a freak nature. But more time when it comes to City, and then with City, there's no PGM, there's none of that. They don't leave any room for any of that. So psychologically, it's like, yeah, no matter what you do, you've lost already. Yeah, have you noticed there's no refereeing decision? There's no mix-up. City's never in any mix-up. It's just because they're just so like.
You can say that in the running. I hear what you're saying. Like, there's that never like City at home.
It's a thing. But then you playing against that, you're like, you just don't make it embarrassing. Yeah, just don't make it embarrassing. That's the vibe.
Let's get through some of these comments again. We can only look down on these boys. Banks your hair. Come on, man. You know the vibes. You know the vibrations.
Don't put that comment up. Come on, man. This is a football channel.
You should have had this mentality when City pammed Liverpool and we didn't.
Who's that? A Chelsea fan?
Nah, Arsenal fan. I think that's to do with the idea that like you take your chances and you don't leave shit to chance.
Yeah.
3-1 Arsenal against City. If you lot do that result, that's the biggest cojones performance you can ever imagine.
You gotta buy me a meal.
Me?
Yeah, if we do,
I'll put food on your table if it happens. I'll put food on your table.
Don't say it like that, but cool.
I'll feed you, bro. I'll feed you.
Stop saying that, man.
3-1 City, if not 2-2. That's it. Pick a fucking side.
Right.
Ahmad Stock will do nothing. You got no clue. You lot just got no clue, man. Just Ahmad or Sancho, there's only one winner. Ahmad all day.
Let's get. Can we just quickly, like, before we go anywhere? I know we're gonna. Are Chelsea allowed to be this bad?
It's like I saw somebody. What did they compare it to? Somebody compared it to Salt Bay, where they spent a lot of money for a lot of elaborate nonsense, basically, and it's just you're not getting nothing from the product, and it's a little bit ridiculous where it's getting to, you know. like this is some Ted Lasso stuff. Like I've never watched Ted Lasso before, but I assume this is something that could happen in Ted Lasso. Like if the script writers really wanted to make this shit happen in Ted Lasso, I feel like it could happen because they're joking. Chelsea are joking around right now. Chelsea are
big jokers, and at
they're
the end of the
joking
day,
around right now. That's the only way you can look at it. Like, how do you sack Tuchel? Fair enough. You want to sack Tuchel, you wanted a new manager, fair enough.
Chelsea fans are adamant that it's going to change. And this narrative, this phrase in mainstream media needs to stop. Next season, everything's going to be different. All the big teams are going to be back. Stop saying this. You don't know this. No big...
It's Barclays. You actually don't. You actually have to.
You know one thing I've clocked here. They've been saying when they used to ring that was Leicester season when they said all the big teams are going to be back. No big team, never one season since then has all the big teams been firing. Never once. So all the big teams are going to be back. Like it's going to be Liverpool's going to be back, Chelsea's going to be back, Spurs going to be up there, Man United going to be up there. No, they're not. It's never happened. So what do you mean all the big teams are going to be back? So people saying Chelsea's going to get this new manager and obviously they're going to be better. They're going to be back next season. They're going to be better. You don't know that. You actually don't.
It's even crazy when you think about it because it's not like they're going to have like European games in order to like they bought a lot of youngsters that I'm assuming they'd want to blood in and like start getting them to play a little bit. It's not like they're gonna have a 38-game calendar next year where they don't have no European games to blood them in. So depending on how many players you manage to sell is even a question mark whether they can reduce the size of the squad. That all of it is just mad, just comical. Like everyone said that Body had his plan and he's doing it his way, and it's just like, bro, if this shit don't work, you're actually gonna be out here looking like a goofy.
They don't look. They should be goofy now, but they don't look goofy. That's what I don't get. Like who gets to make the narrative? But in fact, everyone's saying that they're gonna improve. They could improve from 11th to 9th. What does that mean? Do you know what I mean? It could improve from 11th to 6th. What does that mean? They spent £600 million.
My thing is, why did they sack Potter and just think, yeah, we'll get Lampard in, and even though it didn't happen the last time, he's gonna steady the ship and he's gonna like. He wasn't a good coach the last time. He's
not won a game. He's not picked up a point technically. He's lost 3 games in. He's lost 3 games in a row.
3 games, 2 different competitions, no 1 goal that they've scored, and it's just it's not like you. Nobody's surprised. Like nobody's surprised.
Nobody's baffed, and they've been playing Real Madrid. They're gonna lose again.
Like it's cool. It's cool. Like nobody's actually like, oh shit. Chelsea scored 1 goal in 3 games. Chelsea haven't looked close to like playing anybody off the park. Just like cool. Like at this point, like that's the thing with Todd Bowley as well, because sometimes just look at your history. What's Chelsea always done when they've sacked a manager and they need somebody to steady the ship? They've done one thing. They've done what? Who have they got?
A winner.
They've got Gus Hiddink. Every single time. Every single time. You need somebody to steady the ship. They've gone and got Gus Hiddink. And you know what he's done? He's laid down the law for 6 months, and he's
made it like smooth for the next person.
Just smooth. We're just gonna steady the ship. I'm not gonna do loads. I'm not gonna win no trophies, but I'm gonna steady the ship. Todd Bowley, sometimes you just have to look at your history and say,
just go back to your bread and butter.
Just bread and butter. The club
existed before you came. Just remember that.
Literally, there was already history here. All you needed to do is just go back to your bread and butter. Go get Gus Hiddink, let him run the ship for a couple months, and then you can go get it. Instead, you wanted to Frank Lampard. He knows the club inside out. Like, what does that really mean?
I know the club. Would you hire me at Arsenal? I know the club.
I worked at the club. I worked there. I was at Stamford Bridge. I used to work the shifts.
Legit.
You gonna hire me? Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, be for real right now. Be for real. What do you think happens with Chelsea next year? What do you think happens with Chelsea?
I think with Chelsea, they're not laying a glove on anyone. There's no that.
You don't see a top 4 charge.
But what does that mean? They've regressed significantly because they went from title challenges of 2 years ago to finish in third and nearly bottling third, to then what did they do the year after? Won the Champions League. They won the Champions League that year, didn't they? That's how they qualified for the next year.
2021, they came third, won the Champions League. 2022, I think they came third, and
nothing happened.
Third or nothing, and then
they bottled that. That's what I'm saying. It was flat as well. It was like a race to the bottom as well.
Yeah,
then that's what I'm saying. It's just regressed. Like they've never been close to any sort of domestic run. But Chelsea doing nothing. They probably come sixth next season. I was gonna go to just speaking of race to the bottom. Spurs. I just don't know how they're still in the mix. It's like, I just don't, like
it's a disease. Tottenham and top four at this stage of the season is just like they shouldn't even. The fact that they're even in the conversation is just jarring.
And you have to look at how bad the Prem is, because Ten Hag's doing fantastic stuff. He's doing fantastic stuff. He's doing this. He's doing that. They are 1 point better off than last year. And you're third. Last year you were sixth.
Yeah, but we still got 9 games to play, or 8 games to play.
No, but I'm saying how the quality of the Prem this year is bad. In terms of,
I think this has been one of the weirdest, most ridiculous.
No, it's not. We say this every year.
No,
last year was weird.
Like actually, deep what's going on. David De Gea is on his way to flipping winning a Golden Glove, and he's conceded 7, 6, 4. I think 4 twice. Like, but he's got the most clean sheets in the Premier League. Liverpool have scored what? 6, 7, 9.
9.
And I think 5 in a different game, and are 8th, and not even looking like they're gonna touch top 4. It's been a weird season. A weird season that I'm struggling to read. Like I think I'm gonna need this season to end so I can really take a step back and actually deep the fuckeries that's been going on. Because that's what it's felt like to me. That there's been so many like I think about United, and there's been so many runs for us across the season where I'm like, rah, where like Ten Hag's really doing something, and then you'll see something that'll just be like, when we get back,
that title race for 3 days.
Now you lot passing that title race. Never forgive you lot. You lot passing that title race. You go say title race, giving my cousin grey hairs. Fairs, man. I told you, but when you said the fixtures off by heart, I said you're too locked in, man. It's calm. You're too locked in. You need a holiday. You need another holiday.
I'm traveling to. I'm gonna go Canvey Island or something. I'm gonna go Peak District.
Peak District. What do you know about Peak District?
Go Peak District.
City have Brighton away. That's tough too. City gonna be in a dogfight with Madrid too. They drew to West Ham last year after we knocked them out. Rattler. And I said, just wait. This is what Sammy's saying. Just don't worry. We're gonna help you lot out.
Sammy said we're gonna save the day.
Hey, Sammy, I know
we need Bayern Munich to lie. We need them to go through, or we need to Bayern Munich to give them a little bit of a dogfight tomorrow. Let them go. Let City go through. Go meet Madrid, and then you get what I mean. And then we need an injury. See how we got an injury to Saliba? We need an injury to Haaland or something.
You wishing injuries on players?
I don't care.
Shiesty from you. Oh man, I struggle to sleep at night. Think about the title race too much. Yeah, Arsenal fans are too locked in, man. It's not good for you yourself at the end of the day.
It's not. I rotate days to work from home. Thanks, man. Let's round this up, man. Let's pick a lock into one more match.
Let's pick out some things. Quickly, Aston Villa, Newcastle. Big up Emery for what he's doing at Aston Villa. We've got to give some props.
When Emery's found his level.
He's bringing back his reputation in England. You're right in the sense that he makes the mid-table teams better.
This is what did I say, Banks? About I need to write this football book. What I say about tears, I said manager tears. You have them, and when you get found out as a manager, or where you get questioned and lose your reputation, is where you try to jump in between tiers and you ain't ready for the jump, or you ain't that player. Do you know what I mean? Like you have a level, and when you try to break into it's obvious. It happens often when you try to go the jump up. We saw it with Moyes. We saw it with Emery. We've seen it with Hodgson. We've seen it with all these. We see it with certain people when they try to go to like a bigger club. When you're a mid-table club, a lower club. No, you're good at that level. That's your tier. And likewise, a lot of top managers can't do the job down there. Like you can't. Only Rafa did it. Only Rafa is who I can remember. Ancelotti shut the bed. Wasn't good enough. Would you say Jose going down to Spurs?
Yeah, even then it wasn't a good. Like it wasn't
good enough. So I'm saying it's not good. You can't. It's very difficult for you to jump the tiers and make the club follow you. It's not. So Unai Emery, I'm happy because you've got Alex Moreno. Looks like an absolute peak baller.
Yeah, he was doing something nasty to Newcastle's right side.
You got I'm looking Chukwueze. Carney shouldn't have left.
So many weird transfers. This is what I mean. Another weird transfer.
Ollie Watkins playing out of his skin. He's looking like a peak striker. If Ollie Watkins was in Spain or in Germany, there'd be so many comps. He's looking cold.
Shall I tell you what I like about Ollie Watkins? Is just the way he's always been a nuisance, but it's about whether you can occupy a defender. Like there's always going to be strikers that's going to just run everywhere and just chase you down. But it's whether you can like do the other side of it and occupy defenders and make the defenders nervous. That's when you can become if you can combine those two things, then you're going to have a real strike on your hands. And that's what Ollie Watkins is all about right now. Like you can put it down the channels and he's going to go get it and he's going to make runs and he's gonna occupy those defenders. But at the same time, you can also slam it into his feet. Right, like he couldn't always do this, but you slam it into his feet right now. It's sticking, and he's passing it off. That's what you need from your striker, though.
Huh? Everyone's playing well. Everyone's playing at a better level. Actually, Young, Konsa, Mings had a great game against Newcastle, but Buendia's in there pretending. Can't lie.
No, he was balling. He was balling, bro.
It was everywhere that game. That was that game.
He was hooping, bro. He was hooping. I can't lie, man. Yeah, now right now he's got his team. He's got his team in the right mode.
Douglas Luiz played well.
Douglas Luiz hooper as well, pure hooper. He's got his team in the right mojo, man. That's all you can ask for from.
You won't want to meet Villa now. You wouldn't.
Oh no, it's the worst time. You lot beating them 4-2 perfect. Like if you met them at this point, it could have been a different type of. You're
not meeting Villa now. It's long. Yeah, long. There's some teams I'm happy we got out of the way. Like, right, I wish we got Liverpool. No, Liverpool. We got played them at the right time. I wish we got you lot now. I wish we got Spurs again. Play them a third time. So we got them now. Do you get what I mean? Like, because some teams I wish we got now. Like, do you get? But other teams like Southampton, we drew that. I'm so locked in. I can name every result from the last 31 games we played. So rattled.
Let's quickly talk United.
Why?
United, huh? Why?
You beat Forest.
When United drop points, we always talk about it. So
all right, you beat Forest. Let's go. Come on, be quick.
Antony, great performance. I guess this is the type of game that you need Antony to be playing in terms of how are you able to impact defenders and how are you able to make defenders uncomfortable.
Oh, was he a nuisance? Yeah.
It was good. He was good. As in, he took on his defender. He was finding again. I think at the same time, Nottingham Forest are woeful. They're genuinely just not a good team.
I think they should just go back now. Yeah.
It's like if they go back, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I like Steve, I've got a lot of time for him, but they would it was when it's just way too easy to play through the lines. We had Wan-Bissaka inverted into midfield, Dalot doing whatever he wanted, making runs. Like it was, and it's just like, you know what, this is a bit too easy. It's not right. It's not right. But we need to learn how to flip and pack teams off. That's what annoys me so much, because we can have all the chances in the world and we're not packing teams off. I look at Liverpool today, and they're scoring 6 goals off of decent chances, and they're scoring 6 goals. We need to pam someone, man. I'm sick and tired of waiting to pam someone. It's about time we pam someone. What's the last one? Oh, final shout out. Eze and Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson, fair enough.
I apologize.
I didn't think you're.
I wasn't familiar with this game.
You get it. I didn't know what he was coming back to Palace to do. I thought he was going to re-sign Benteke.
He said Remontada retirement. Retire Remontada. He said, yeah.
His wife's telling him to get out of the house, so boy, I'm sure he was more than happy to accept the job.
Hey, he's got 100%. Three games on bounce.
I say hooping, Elise say hooping. That's what, as a Crystal
Uncle
Palace
Pat,
fan,
Uncle Pat.
Hey man, Uncle Pat, just go back to the drawing boards. You gotta figure out what went wrong. Why the hell did these black boys stop playing for me? You have to ask yourself that question. What did I do wrong? Well, why wasn't I connecting the dots? The dots weren't connecting.
I think he told them. I think he tried to teach them too much about their essence, and footballers don't want to be told. Footballers don't want to be told. Like, footballers don't want to be told none of that.
Walking into training, telling Elise, you're Black King, you know.
Yeah. That Hotep stuff, like that Shaka Bars, that stuff. Man said, just saying it, man. I'm a baller. I like Babylon for dead. He said, nah. I tried to tell them Babylon for dead. They said, nah. Because you can't try Babylon for dead when Zaha's the captain. You know what he's on. You know what he's on.
All right, man. Let's sign the flip out, man. Guys, thank you for sticking with us on this Monday night. I've been your host, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish, or Oluwashemi Lore. If you're in the building right now, smash that like button just before you leave. Literally, just before. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, man.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so comfortable.
Wow, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You face a charge.